No two ways about it, Meghan Markle spurned the opportunity to become close, friendly and seek advice from all senior members of the British monarchy. It's been heavily detailed. I mean, as I told you before, Camilla herself went out of her way to be warm and welcoming and advise. What happened was, yes, Prince Harry decided to trash her in his autobiography, basically saying that she was dangerous and looking out for her own PR. I would veer on the side of the fact that Camilla had been through some horrendous media onslaught for years and would be best advised exactly on how to deal with the media. But there's someone else, of course, that Meghan could have taken some very sage advice from, particularly given her latest debacle with her Archetypes podcast. You know, the one where Spotify basically called them grifters, and of course it cost people millions of pounds and, more importantly, mega loss of jobs. As ever though, let me explain. Hi, good morning, how are you? Nice to see you. By the way, I wanted to share this with you. Did you know that on this day, an infamous criminal, Crippen, yes, he was caught. And do you know how he was caught? Let me tell you. 1910, on this day, wife poisoner Dr. Hawley Crippen was arrested on the SS Montrose as he was entering Quebec. He had left his disembalmed wife in a cellar at home and was travelling with his mistress Ethel, who was dressed and sort of hidden as a boy. But the way they captured him, quite literally, was via telegraph, and this was the very first time that sort of technology had been used. Fascinating. Hope you don't mind me sharing these little tidbits of history and all that sort of stuff. I do like to share them with you because I think so many of the younger generation don't know anything of history. And it's nice to get the grey matter going, isn't it? And think, oh, wow, you know, because near me many years ago, I used to live near 10 Rillington Place, not called that now. But if you look that up, frightening, especially when you find out late at night and you're sitting at home thinking, was this 10 Rillington Place? Awful stuff, isn't it? Oh, don't let us not go there. Back as ever to your breaking roll story of the day. Meghan Markle, as I say, you know, got dumped by Spotify, seemingly not delivering content that they wanted to see. Let's be blunt, who did? And what happened was that Meghan, well, was let go from a mega deal. But one ex-royal who could have been a very good and influential source towards Meghan in her short time over here in the British monarchy was none other than another lady that had gone through the mill. We're talking about Sarah, Duchess of York. And I always thought it was odd that Meghan never really reached out to her. As we saw recently, Sarah was very keen to distance herself. But Meghan could have taken advice quite simply because Sarah, Duchess of York's podcast, Tea Time with Sarah, is doing incredibly well. No fancy gimmicks, no superstar guests, just simply chatting about things that matter to people. And it's slowly building a very, very good audience. Now, when you think about it, you know, it's at a fraction of the cost. I mean, couldn't even put the cost anywhere near what, of course, the Spotify deal was. And when you also look at it this way, if Spotify wanted something with some royal association, they could have done far worse than signing up Sarah, Duchess of York. What it is, if you haven't heard it, it's just great fun conversation over a pot of tea. And there's certain topics that you think, yeah, I agree with that, or I don't disagree. But, you know, there's nothing too demanding. It's very engaging, it's very warm, and it shows a different side of Sarah's personality. Now, truly, could you have thought or said the same of Meghan with her ill-fated archetypes? Pretentious, full of nonsense, and the bottom line was, when you think about it, does anybody recall anything other than Mariah Carey and Serena Williams? And even then, they were virtually upstaged. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.